Jayhawk faithful out in full force. They were out here last weekend. They are jumping this weekend. Since 8 a.m. this morning, the line wrapped around the Allen Fieldhouse, getting ready for the Super Regional. Last week, the backyard, as the cool kids say, was fire. It's on fire once again. We've got Kansas taking on Oklahoma in the Super Regional here in Lawrence, Kansas. The NCAA Baseball Super Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Capacity crowd here at Hoagland Ballpark on the campus of the University of Kansas. The Jayhawks hosted their first ever regional last week. They host their first ever Super Regional this week in school history, and they're playing very good baseball. Oklahoma coming off a great regional in Atlanta, taking care of business against Georgia Tech. They are swinging the sticks and are ready to go in game one of this best-of-3 series. Here is the right-hand side of the bracket. KU and Oklahoma will match up with the winner of Alabama and St. John's in the College World Series. That will kick off in Omaha, Nebraska on July 12th. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth here at Hoagland Ballpark alongside Greg Olson. I'm Victor Rojas. So glad you could join us. We've got an exciting ball game here tonight. And I got to tell you, last week, I should say, it was really packed. It was crowded. I got a feeling this weekend is even more crowded.
I think it is. I mean, they've added some stands. They've added a little outfield place for the students. I mean, this place is packed. I'm excited to be out here and watch this game.
Little bit of a rain delay, about 30 minutes, pushing back first pitch. But let's talk a little about KU. Now, the table setter for them at the top of the order and at the shortstop position is Tyson LeBlanc. He is kind of an all KU type of player. I mean,
your best player has to come through in the biggest moments. This guy is the Big 12 tournament MVP. He is the Lawrence tournament MVP. He has gotten it done at the highest level. 8 home runs in his last 11 games. I mean, this guy's been a rock star.
He really has. Set the table. Transfer from LSU Eunice. He was all regional last week and the MVP of that regional here in Lawrence. And kind of, like I said, the table setter. Everybody feeds off of him. Even though there's some personalities on that KU team, it is that man right there, Tyson LeBlanc, that does the thing that they need to do for the Jayhawks. For the Oklahoma Sooners, the offense, especially of late, with the long ball, has been ridiculous.
11 home runs in the Atlanta Regional. These guys caught fire at the right time. Coach Skip Johnson said it was just they had to persevere through the SEC gauntlet, and they did just that. They get to Atlanta, and the offense opens it up. They've found a way to separate the balls from the strikes, 17 extra base hits, 49 runs in 5 games.
Just 350 as a unit in that Atlanta regional, and obviously 2 come from behind victories against Georgia Tech. The Jayhawks and the Sooners are ready to do battle here at Hoagland Ballpark. Game 1 of this 3-game set. Sit back and relax. We're going to bring you lineups and first pitch when we return. Here's a lineup for Skip Johnson in his 9th season. The Oklahoma Sooners roll into this one with a 36-22 record. Pretty much the same lineup. At this time of year, the lineups remain pretty much the same from regionals to supers. But Dayton LaChance has been fantastic of late.
Yeah, it really has. He went back and was watching video of himself playing baseball at 12 years old, and he goes, man, that game looks like fun. I need to get back to that time.
On the bump for KU is the man who started game 1 of the Lawrence Regionals. Dominic Vagley making his 17th appearance.
6-3 on the year, 5.85 fastball. It's 4-seam and a 2-seam, 92-96. Throws that about 47% of the time. Then the slider, curveball, changeup mix.
Junior right-hander from Columbia, Illinois, is ready to throw the first ever super regional pitch here at Hoagland Ballpark in Lawrence. Here it is. It is outside for ball 1. Jason Walk, the center fielder, leading things off for Oklahoma. Walk, a .261 hitter this year. 6 doubles, 4 home runs, 22 runs batted in. And that was a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Vagley got the opening nod last week, picked up the win. He's a guy that very rarely seems rattled on the mound. Here's the 2-0. And that is a strike on the inside corner, 2-1. Javero January calling the balls and strikes. Josh Skepis at first base, Clint Fagan at second, and Jason Harstick, the umpiring crew for this weekend series. That's down and in a breaking ball. And it's a 3-ball, 1 strikeout. Now, this is an Oklahoma team that will run and has run all season long. So you got to try to keep them off the bases. 117 stolen bases on the year. But KU did face a team in Northeastern with 210 stolen bases on the year. And we're able to limit that. That one is on the corner. It's a full count as Walk has to walk back to pick up the bat. And it's a full count.
Well, Coach Fitzgerald feels really comfortable having this guy on the mound to control the running game. Good athlete. So, yeah, the walks are a concern. But you got a guy that can control the game.
3-2. Called strike 3. There's the first out of the ball game.
Sometimes you just get yourself in a hole as a hitter and you're up there going, he's not going to throw me another strike. He can't throw back to back. And I feel like Jason Walk did just that. Just kind of got locked up on the pitch. I mean, it's a fastball right down the middle of the plate, bottom of the zone.
Camden Johnson, the third baseman, settles into the batter's box. And he'll take down and in. Johnson, a Texas native, a junior, .310 on the season. 11 doubles, 3 triples. 8 home runs and 44 runs batted in. Defensively in the outfield, pretty much straight up. LeBlanc hitting him up the middle. That one is just off the plate. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Jayhawk faithful living and dying with every pitch as they did last weekend as they swept through the regional to get to this point. 2-0. Lifted in the air, foul. This one down to play. This is a nice little ballpark that seats just over 2,700 in a normal setting. But with what the athletic department has done to that backyard area beyond the left field fence and just added seats and bleachers to right field, is just incredible. 2-1. Lifted foul. This one out of play yet again. Count evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Had 2 crowds last weekend that set records over 4,000. I got a feeling that's already broken tonight. There's that backyard area. First come, first serve. 2-2 from Vagley. Breaking ball down and in, a full count.
And to be first come, first serve today, you had to sit through about an hour and 20-minute rain delay.
Yeah. Deluge. That was legit.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Game got pushed back about 30 minutes. Second full count. Here's the payoff, and that's lifted in the air. Out to shallow center field. Tyson Owens comes in, is underneath it. 2 down. Defensively for the Jayhawks, Ballinger left. Owens, who just made the catches, in center. Bach is in right. Schlotterback at third. LeBlanc on the left side on the shortstop. Osorio gets a start at second. Dykhoff at first base, and Mungarieta behind the plate for the Jayhawks. No Cade Baldridge, still dealing with an injury from last weekend. So 2 outs, nobody on. It's the catcher, Dayton LaChance, at the plate. Breaking ball on the corner for a strike. 6'5", 230.
He's a big boy.
Yes, he is.
Came walking up to the meeting yesterday. I was like, oh, yeah. You look like a couple of catchers I've had in my past.
Breaking ball's fouled back, and that was a big rip. A little bit of a hanger. It is 0-2. The chance from Sherbrooke, Quebec, Canada. There are Sooner fans with many Canadian flags in attendance here, waving them as he steps back into the batter's box. The man they call Big Maple in the hole at 0-2. Tried to get him to expand. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jason Walk struck out looking. Chad Johnson with a fly ball to center, and Bagley trying to finish off a 1-2-3 top of the first. Just underway, no score. One-two. Swing and a miss, and there's the 1-2-3 inning.
Bagley gets the punch out. Good first inning, 2 strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the first.
He's been living and dying on every pitch. Taki in the air to center. Burris going back. That ball is gone! It's gone! Dayton Taki sends Oklahoma to Super Regionals!
Swing and a miss! The Jayhawks pick up the victory as they sweep through their own regional. Kansas winning the Lawrence Regional on a Sunday. They had to wait till Monday to find out if they were going to Atlanta to take on Georgia Tech or host here. Oklahoma picked up the victory, and that's why KU is hosting this Super Regional. Here's a lineup for Dan Fitzgerald in his 4th season, and one of the best seasons that KU has had in a long, long time. 45-16, the table setter we talked about in the open, Tyson LeBlanc.
I mean, he has been absolutely lights out as of late. 11-game hit streak, 8 home runs, hitting .409. He's got the school record for home runs. I mean, your best player leading off and getting it done at the biggest moments of the season is exactly the way it's supposed to play out.
Oklahoma going with a freshman on the bump. 6'6", 235-pound left-hander at Maypearl, Texas. Cord Rager's on the bump. This will be his 14th appearance of the season.
Fastball 91-95. He's got a cutter, slider, curveball, changeup. Pretty solid first outing against TCU, and he has just kind of rolled since then. Last 10 innings without a walk.
Had to start last Saturday against the Citadel. Went 6 innings in the Atlanta Regional. That was a season high, and the 8 strikeouts matching a career high. LeBlanc, the Lawrence Regional MVP last weekend. Team leader, average of 344, home runs of 24, RBIs of 68. And the first one is in there for a strike. Oh, one pitch. That's pulled to short. Willits comes charging in. Off balance throw, and they get LeBlanc for round number 1. Defensively for the Sooners, you have Brock in left, Walk in center, Harris in right, Johnson and Willits on the left side of the infield, Branch and Taki on the right side, and LaChance behind the plate. Brings up Tyson Owens. Willits shading Owens up the middle, so big hole on the left side of the infield. And that's what you will see from Tyson Owens. He is not afraid to let it fly. 275 hitter this year, 14 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Oh, 2. Now they move to 3 infielders on the right side. The 0-2 pitch. Owens fouls it back.
Most of Owens' hits on the ground are to the pull side. So now you're seeing the third baseman playing a traditional shortstop and 3 guys on the right side.
Rager's 0-2. Foul back. Almost too good of a pitch there, 2 strikes.
Yeah, well, I like the attack mode. You know, I feel like hitters kind of sit back and get a little passive, 0-2, and they're just trying to spoil pitches. It's the best time to go into attack mode as a pitcher.
Trying again. Trying to get him to expand. Misses. 1-2. Rager 58 innings this year, 49 hits allowed, 75 punch outs, just 18 walks. It's a pitching staff that Skip will use up and down. That is up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It is a 15-man pitching staff, and with Skip says it's a 15-man pitching staff, it is a 15-man pitching staff.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. I mean, you're hearing people complaining about how the format of the regional was too hard, too many games in a short amount of time.
And that hit him in the elbow. Breaking ball. LaChance talking with Javero, asked him if he threw the elbow out there. January says he did not, so it's a hit by pitch. With 1 out, KU's got a man on.
Well, LaChance is fighting for his pitcher right now. Let's see what we got. There's a little lean in there. And we're not going to have a review, so runner on first base, hit by pitch.
Augie Mungarieta, the catcher. Fouls it off. This is where Kate Baldridge usually bats, but with Baldridge out of the lineup, they move Augie up. 294 hitter this year for the native of Venezuela. He's a junior. 17 home runs and 50 runs batted in. Not a big lead for Owens at first. 0-2. Blew that fastball right by him. KU does not run a whole lot. They'll pick their spots, but they didn't run much last weekend. Just 40 stolen bases on the year. It is pretty much a pass the baton lineup. 0-2 now. This is looped down towards shallow left center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Owens will turn at second. He's going to try to go to third. The throw to third base is in time. What a throw by Brendan Brock. 2 down.
Well, this play is right in front of Tyson Owens. All right, base hit. He sees it, gets a good jump, good read. Now he is looking right at the left fielder as he's getting to second base, and this is his call. And bang, bang, and just a great throw by Brendan Brock, and it was a dime.
You talk about the fundamentals of Brock in left field. with the way that ball checked up. First one to Dykhoff is a swing and a miss. To be able to, because he had to kind of redirect himself, go onto the arm side, to be able to close off the shoulders and throw a dime, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was great. It really was just an excellent throw. Got his body in a good position.
Dykhoff takes a strike at the knees.
I don't know about you, Victor, but as he was rounding second base, I was like, he's getting in easily. You know, and
Yeah.
I thought I was going to see Brock throw to second base and keep the double play in line.
Dykhoff, the first baseman, behind the count here. And a swing and a miss, and just like that, the Jayhawks are done here in the bottom of the first. Rager picks up his first strikeout.
Brendan Brock makes the first big play of the game. The old 7-5 put out. He gets himself in a good position. Laser in for the put out.
The NCAA Baseball Super Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And in part by Lexus. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. One complete here at Hoagland Ballpark in Lawrence, Kansas. A jam-packed crowd. There's a look at the backyard beyond the left field fence. Something tells me that area will remain going forward. They've added some standing room bleachers beyond the right field fence as well on either side of the scoreboard. The first pitch to Jackson Willits is outside, a breaking ball for ball one. There it is. Jayhawk fans and Sooner fans all over the place. Here's the 1-0. Willits lays off, 2 balls and no strikes. Sooner shortstop, 296 on the year. Team leader in doubles, 15. 3 triples, 6 home runs, 48 runs batted in. Junior out of Fort Cobb, Oklahoma. A Sooner lifer. Wanted to be an Oklahoma Sooner since birth. Lays off, and it misses 3-0. Kind of helps that his dad was a Sooner.
Yeah.
Is a Sooner. As the associate head coach, there's Reggie Willits. Long-time Angel. Here's 3-0. On the corner, 3-1. Pretty good baseball family.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, comes in here playing shortstop, batting fourth. Had a great regional.
Vaguely paints on the inside corner, and it's a full count. 3 on the right side with Willits. You see Vaguely shaking off 3 times now, and now he agrees. Payoff on the way. That's drilled out toward left center field. This is slicing back to Ballinger, and he's there to make the catch. One down.
Third 3-2 count for Vegley. He shakes 3 times. I like that, a little old school. You know what you're going to throw. You don't want to be predictable, so you're shaking, 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 and all it is a sign from the catcher with a little hand wag. And then you get back on the same page. Fastball broadsided at 96.
Down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Trey Gamble, the DH. 285 hitter, senior out of Alpine, Utah. Very regional last year at Chapel Hill. 8 home runs, 33 runs batted in. He'll top this one towards second base. Osori's got to come charging in. 2 down. Nobody off for Brendan Brock. Vegley out of Columbia, Illinois. Drafted out of high school by the Arizona Diamondbacks at Columbia High School. He's one of the guys that has been here for 3 years. The veteran, if you will. Especially with all the transfers that come in on a yearly basis, the JUCO transfers. Brock, the left fielder, with a 1-0 count. 2 balls, no strikes. KU year in and year out seem to have a top 5 JUCO transfer recruiting class. 26 newcomers, 28 transfers, 16 from the junior college ranks. 2-1.
I feel like the JUCO transfer has gone away a little bit more with the transfer portal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it used to be the plug and play JUCO transfer guy, and now all of a sudden it's like everybody's scouring the portal. And the JUCO transfer not getting lost in the shuffle. But, you know, maybe with the portal, we're going to see more guys going the JUCO way and then finding their ways into Kansas like this situation here.
Yep. On their feet here at Hoagland, 2-2. Outside, a full count. Well, I think Dan Fitzgerald and John Coyne, the recruiting coordinator for the Jayhawks, kind of staying within their means, right? They understand what they are capable of doing as far as being able to go out to the portal versus let's just go get transfers from the JUCO world. And it's worked out well. 3-2. That is off the plate, ball 4. So the Sooners get their first base runner. It's a 2-out walk.
That was the 4th 3-2 count. Pitches are piling up a little bit on Vegley. He is getting deep into counts, and these hitters, first time around the order, are getting a lot of looks.
So Brock at first, 2 outs. Desan Harris, the right fielder, team leader, average of 367. And he'll pull this one way foul. No balls and a strike. Harris with 7 doubles, 3 triples, 3 home runs, and 19 runs batted in for the Plano, Texas native. Brock will run 26 stolen bases on the year. That leads the Sooners. He's only been caught 3 times. That's 117 stolen bases on the year, 34th in Division I this year. This one slapped to left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Ballinger over to cut it off. Turning and headed to third base. And in there safely is Brock. And into second is Harris. It's a 2-out double, and the Sooners cooking here with 2 in scoring position with 2 outs in the second.
Really nice piece of hitting by Harris. Breaking ball down, stays inside of it. On the backdoor hook, shoots it to left field.
The two-out rally brings up last week's hero, Dayton Taki, first baseman, vaguely from the full windup, but Taki a little bit tardy. No balls and a strike. Taki with the walk-off home run over the batter's eye. It sent the Sooners into the Super Regionals, and here to Lawrence. 0-1. Ball and a strike. And while there's a lot of speed on the bases for Oklahoma, and when Kansas on the bases, not a lot of room here between home plate and the brick wall with the padding behind the plate. Ball will ricochet hard. 1-1. Topper towards second. Osorio has it. Sooners threaten. Leave a couple of men on in scoring position. Way to the bottom of the second here in Lawrence. We're scoreless. Incredible season for the Jayhawks, historic to say the least, 45-16 on the year. And it didn't go off as great as everyone thought it did, especially at the beginning of the year, but they were able to turn things around. First regular season conference title since 1949. Then not only that, they win the conference tournament. They win the regional last week. They come to a super regional seeking their second visit to Omaha. They were there in 1993. Went 0-2 as you see the improvements year after year for Dan Fitzgerald and his Jayhawks. 22-8 here at Hoagland Ballpark. 20-11 out on the road. Is Diriel Osorio leading things off, and he's got himself a 1-ball, 1-strike count. KU the only Power 4 team with at least 20 road wins on the season.
I mean, they've had an unbelievable year.
Yep.
And Dan Fitzgerald just has them rolling. You saw the amount of wins year after year has been improving.
Osorio, 242 hitter, skies one on the right side of the infield. Taki calling for it.
Ooh.
Oh, hello. Play that to the side.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
No. I think he just wanted to add a little degree of difficulty.
Okay. That would have flipped me out as a pitcher if I'm kind of running over there to help just in case something's going on. And
so here's fan favorite Brady Ballinger, the left fielder. Man nicknamed Balls. Does a little stretch in the batter's box, and the crowd gets into it. The hoo-ha. Fouls it off. Ballinger had to deal with a hamate injury. Sidelined him the last couple of weeks of the season. Came back and was able to play in the regional last weekend. 0-1. Caught the inside corner, a little bit of a glance back. It's 0-2. Ballinger 289 on the season, 7 home runs, 45 runs batted in for the Las Vegas, Nevada native. Reagor holding a little bit as that clock ticks downward. 1-2. Little emergency hack there by Ballinger. Pulled the shoot late there, but keeps the at-bat alive.
Actually, one of those reverse splits guys. Hits better against left-handed pitching than he does righties. 355 against lefties, 263 against righties.
Swings through that fastball. Second strikeout for Reagor. 2 down.
Reagor fired up after that one. He's man on man, threw him a couple breaking balls before that. And here's some gas for you right down Broadway. That emergency hack that you spoke of showed me that, all right, you're not really prepared for a fastball if you're just trying to flip that one, you're sitting on a breaking ball.
Topper to third, off the glove of Johnson, trickles out of the shallow left. And Schlotterbeck will reach. We'll see how they rule that. Not sure, did it take a weird hop on him?
Looked like it came up a little bit. Tried to take it off to the side just to shade. Ball just kind of ate him up. Should go down as an E5. Should.
Emphasizing should. Man at first with 2 outs. Jordan Bach, right fielder, takes a strike. Bach hitting 287, 7 jacks, and 44 runs batted in. Ladner, British Columbia. 0-1. Lifted foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Tell you what about Reagor. Strike throwing machine.
He is pumping strikes. And I love it. You know, you sit there and you look at him and you're going, well, he's a freshman. How's he going to react in arguably the biggest game of his life? And he has settled in and he is doing what he has done. And just like Skip Johnson said, all these guys have been in big moments all year long.
That missed a little bit high. It's 1-2. Johnson, by the way, charged with the error. That's his 15th of the year. 55th for the Sooners. There's Skip Johnson. We get a chance to talk to him. Top of the third. Reagor's 1-2. Now back.
Reagor's just in attack mode.
Yeah.
Against these lefties, it's just straight 4-seam fastballs. Show him a slider on occasion. Keep him honest, but then get back to that heater.
He's gotten ahead. 8 batters he's faced. All 8 first pitch strikes. Swing and a miss. Got him with a breaking ball. Second strikeout of the inning, 3rd in the game for the Sooner left-hander.
They're showing all these fastballs at 96. Here comes a little off-speed spinner. And you can see the hitter way out front. Punch out.
Top of the third here in Lawrence. Our pleasure to welcome in Skip Johnson, the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners in his 9th season. And Skip, I'd love to ask you how reminiscent this year's club is to that 2022 club that you took to Omaha.
Yeah, they care a lot about each other, and they love to practice, and that's what's really fun to be around them.
Hey, tell us a little bit about Rager, man. He does not look like a freshman out there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how he's grown up, isn't it? I mean, that's our league, and we gave him that opportunity, kind of taking the bull by the horns, and just he competes, and that's all you can ask out of him. He'll compete.
Coach, we appreciate you. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
You got it. 9-1-2 coming up for Oklahoma. Branch, Walk, and Johnson against Dominic Vagley. Coach was talking about the other day about how tight-knit a group this is for Oklahoma and how much it does remind him of that finals team that got to the final game in 2022. And it takes, I mean, KU, same thing. You talk about talent on the field, right? But again, it's that culture. The guys that you have in the dugout, they're all buying into what it is that you're selling. As Vagley delivers a strike.
Well, that was what Skip talked about when we met with him yesterday. It was, hey, you got to get these guys to trust you. And then all of a sudden, they'll start listening to you and doing what you're talking about. As he said, buying in.
Kyle Branch, the second baseman, .233 hitter, 3 home runs, 20 runs batted in. A sophomore out of Lucas, Texas. 0-2. Just missed outside, 1-2.
He is just a shade off right now. Everything's just a little bit off the plate, just missing. And so, I mean, this sounds just basic, but just slide yourself over 2 inches on the rubber. If you're missing by 2 inches, move over on the rubber just a shade.
Osorio had it shaded perfectly, and there's out number 1. Spins the lineup back to the top. Now, folks, the NCAA Super Regional coverage continues this weekend across ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, and ESPN Plus. For more information, visit ncaa.com, the home for all NCAA championships. Jason Walk struck out looking. His first plate appearance, 2 strikeouts and a walk. 1 hit allowed by Vagley. One ball, 1 strike. You see Jason walking around, doesn't like that inside part of the play, but Javero January, the home plate umpire, keeps calling it on both sides. I guess that's all you can ask for.
No,
from a home plate umpire.
Yeah, and that was a great pitch. It was right there on the inside corner. We got a really good look where we're sitting at. And if you're able to throw inside to lefties and righties, you're going to open up everything. They're going to have to speed up their bat, which is going to then in turn open up the breaking balls, diving to the zone. It opens up everything, and it is a lost art in college baseball.
1-2 pitch, breaking ball, locked him up on the inside part of the play, 2 down.
Couple different breaking balls so far by Vagley. He's showing a little slider, and then that overhand curveball. Velocities are not too far apart, but just a completely different look. And that one starts out coming in high, and Walk just kind of gives up on it, ends up catching the top part of the zone.
Camden Johnson takes a strike. Little 2-seamer front door. Johnson skied one to center in his first plate appearance, 0 for 1. Oklahoma had a little 2-out rally, which they got runners at second and third in the second inning, but could not cash him in as that ball ends up going out of the shallow right field, a foul ball. No balls, 2 strikes. Osorio, the second baseman, out in shallow right with the shift on. Schlotterbeck at the shortstop position. 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? No. Jason Harstick saying he did not go. It's 1-2.
Like you could see Vagley right before that pitch looking into the dugout going, no, no, no. He wanted to go with a good fastball up out of the zone. Thought he could get Johnson to chase.
Breaking ball, top to the right side. LeBlanc in the shortstop position, all the way to the second base position. And it closes out the inning. Another 1-2-3 frame for Vagley.
Bang, bang play right there, but Vagley finding the zone, pumping strikes, getting another punch out that inning.
Designated hitter number 4, Max Solis Jr.
Nice a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Scoreless here in the bottom of the third in Lawrence. The opening game of the Super Regional at Hoagland Ballpark. And like Oklahoma, Kansas sends up 9-1-2. Solis, LeBlanc, and Owens. Max Solis Jr., the DH. Had one hit in the regional last week. He got the start at DH. With Baldridge coming out of the lineup. Pulls that foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Houston, Texas native. Solis at 206 on the year, 4 doubles, 5 home runs, and 20 runs batted in. Rager's 1-2 is just off the play. See the chance. Trying to bring that one back. It's a valiant effort.
He only brought it back about a foot.
Yeah. 2-2 from Rager. Boy, that was the right pitch. He had Solis fooled and just somehow got a piece of it to keep the plate appearance going. Both teams with 1 hit. Swing and a miss, got him upstairs with a fastball. The high hard one. 4th strikeout already for Rager. There's 1 out here in the 3rd. Take a look at the other side of the bracket. West Virginia and Troy have advanced to Omaha. West Virginia taking care of Cal Poly. Troy dismissing Little Rock. North Carolina and USC tied up a game apiece. They'll play tomorrow to determine who goes to Omaha. And then we just heard the Auburn-Ole Miss game is tied up at 2. Top of the order here, Tyson LeBlanc. Skies would foul it out of play. LeBlanc grounded to short his first plate appearance. Oh, 2 count. Well, Ruger's having a great start. KU did see Hunter Dietz last week for Arkansas, who had a career game against him, 14 strikeouts. So LeBlanc was just saying, we were just glad he got out of the game when he did. 0-2. That's pulled left side, and Johnson's got it. A soft liner, 2 down.
Nice range from Camden Johnson at third base. Ball was not squared up, but looking like he was headed into left field through the 56 hole. A little breaking ball, bottom of the zone, just got on the end of the bat. I feel like if you're out on the mound and you get LeBlanc out and you're like, oh.
Yeah, you can breathe a little bit.
Take a deep breath.
That's what KU wants you to think. First is a breaking ball in for a strike. Owens was behind the count and got hit by a pitch in the first inning. 3 base runners for the Jayhawks. Owens thrown out at third, trying to go to third base on the single by Mugarieta. 1-1. This is line up the middle. Nice play on the short hop by Willits from behind second base. Throws out Owens, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Rager. We're off to the 4th here in Lawrence. A good chance to hear from Jayhawks head coach Dan Fitzgerald when we return.
This is one of those where you chuck them and duck them, laser right back up the box. Perfect fielding position out of the inning.
Back at Lawrence here in the top of the 4th inning, scoreless. Game 1 of the Lawrence Super Regional. Dan Fitzgerald in his 4th season at the helm of the Jayhawks, kind enough to join us. And Skip, last week there was a party here in Lawrence.
Yeah.
This week it seems like it's the after party. It's a lot more people here.
No, it's great. What an awesome environment, and cool addition in right field with the platforms out there and backyards rocking. We gotta score some runs here to get them really going, but this is special right now.
Hey, Dominic Vegley has been really good. I mean, he seems like he's just missing on his corners, but finding a way to get out. Tell us about him.
Yeah, the stuff's really good, and the fastball's got life. Both breakers are good right now. Obviously a dangerous lineup and one that we got to be careful with all the way through, but his stuff is as good as anyone's, and couldn't have a better guy out there for us.
Coach, we appreciate you. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
LaChance, Willits, and Gamble for the Sooners here in their half of the 4th inning. Bagley, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit allowed. That was the double to Harris in the 2nd inning. LaChance struck out in the first, 0 for 1. Team leader in home runs with 14. The big man had no home runs going into the Vandy weekend. That was back on April 9th. 14 jacks in 26 games. 2-0. It kind of coincided with this power surge for the Sooners.
Yeah, it really has. And he, we got to talk to him yesterday, and he said he really just focused on taking the pressure off of his shoulders, relaxing, and just remembering this is a game. And went back and looked at some footage of himself playing baseball at 12 and 13 years of age. And he's like, man, you know what? That looks like it was fun. And goes back and just kind of relaxes at the plate. And he goes, I knew as soon as I'd get one home run, they would start to come.
Has to walk this one off. Is this one going off the foot, even with the shin guard on? Almost like the heel, huh?
Yeah, looked like the heel. I'm throwing it again.
Of course you are. Why wouldn't you?
That one stung. Here comes another two-seamer down and in.
A chance to transfer in from McLennan Junior College down in Texas. Great program. Second team All-American last year. Got himself a 2-ball, 1-strike count with nobody out, leading off this fourth inning for Oklahoma. Two and two. Two-two. Breaking ball. This one got jammed. It'll send Ballinger back a little bit. It's playable shy of the track, and there's out number one. Hoagland, as we mentioned, intimate ballparks, very symmetrical. 330 down the lines, 400 out to center field. In this ballpark, you've got to clear the batter's eye. That's one wall. You've got to go over the top of it. Hit home run. The Kansas Athletic Department has done an unbelievable job over the last 2 weeks, actually the last month, of prepping this facility to host a regional and subsequently the Super Regional. 0-1 count on Willits.
And the fans have showed up.
Yeah. They've been doing it for quite some time. Especially the student fan base. That one's upstairs. 1-ball, 1-strike. There's a Coach Fitzgerald was telling us about a Thursday night game that two fraternities came out and they ended up playing pretty good baseball here, and they won. And the guys were in attendance, just going crazy. And then the next night, he thought it was a one-off. 5 fraternities showed up, and then it's just kind of snowballed from there.
Then he said, yeah, they were even traveling with them.
Yeah. It's turned into a really good atmosphere here at Hoagland. Willits 0 for 1. He skied one to left in his first plate appearance. 2-1 pitch. Lifts this one. The third base side, slicing foul and out of play. That area where you see folks saying that's typically the bullpen in front of that player development center. A lot of donors, a lot of ticket holders in there. They moved the bullpen to the player development center underneath. There you have it. Hospitality tent as well. 2-2. Lays off. Wanted to appeal, didn't go. Full count.
Fifth full count for Vagley already here in the top of the fourth.
Now the payoff. That is ripped to right field. That'll get down for a base hit. Second hit for Oklahoma. This one comes with one out here in the fourth.
Just a nice piece of hit, and as I talked about Willits, a great regional. 10 for 20, home run, 6 RBI. Stays hot right here. Fastball middle of the plate and drives it through the shift.
Vagley had 59 pitches. The work from the stretch with Trey Gamble at the plate. The DH grounded to Osorio in the second. Checking on Willits. 5 stolen bases on the year for Jackson. Been caught twice. And again, as I mentioned, KU did face Northeastern last weekend, team that run a lot all season long, and they did a really nice job of mixing their looks, throwing over. Jam shot through the left side of base hit. Nice inside out approach by Gamble. And the Sooners have 2 on with 1 out here in the 4th.
I mean, I love the fact that Vegley's trying to pitch into the shift. So fastball in. Great job by Gamble to stay inside of this, carve it to left field. Wide open shortstop.
Brendan Brock, who walked in the second inning, steps in. Big hole on the left side. Schlotterback a little bit toward the foul line. LeBlanc shading a little bit toward the middle. Skied foul. Ball at a strike. Kansas hoping for a double play ball, but the Sooners really haven't hit into many this year. Just 27 times have grounded into a double play as a team this year. Brock has rolled into 3. 1-1. Ground ball to short. LeBlanc bobbles it. Has no play. Everybody is safe, and the bases are loaded. Now, he chose to charge that and play the short hop. I don't think they were going to turn 2 on that ball anyway.
I don't know if they would have turned 2 on it, but man, this looks like it's about as routine as it gets off the bat. He's trying to round it and get himself in a position for a quick flip. Ball kicks off the heel of his glove. Goes down as an E6. Could have been a double play. Now you got bases loaded. Let's see how Vegley reacts.
Harris sliced a double the opposite way his first time up. 8th double of the year. Mugarieta is going to go out and have a conversation with Vegley. An error by Tyson LeBlanc's 13th of the year, the 58th committed by Kansas. And the first real stress with less than 2 outs for Vegley.
Well, I mean, that's one of those, Victor, where you get the ground ball and you're walking off.
Yeah.
I'm starting to walk towards the dugout, and it's just a routine 6-4-3, and then all of a sudden it kicks off the glove, and now I got bases loaded, and I got to find a way to get a punch out, pop up, another ground ball.
Harris a tough guy to double up. That is shot foul. Ball at a strike. Hassan with really good speed and left-handed. Obviously gives him the advantage, making it very difficult for KU to try to turn a double play. Willits at third, Gamble at second, Brock at first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Little nubber towards second base. Osorio goes to second. They get the lead runner. The run scores, and Oklahoma strikes first. They lead at 1-0. Harris with his 20th run batted in.
Well, you got the ground ball you wanted, just not hit hard enough to turn 2 on anybody. LeBlanc tried to come across the bag and make a throw, but by that time, Harris was long past the bag. He'll get an RBI, and that'll go down as an unearned run.
20th run batted in for Harris. And now you got to pay attention to him at first base with 18 stolen bases on the year. And a dangerous hitter in Dayton Taki at the plate. Taki 0 for 1. He cuts through the high fastball.
Well, Taki will go up there hunting a pitch. If you got him out with something last inning or his last at bat, he will go up there looking and hunting for it. He grounded out on a fastball in the second inning to end the inning.
No balls, 2 strikes. Bagley trying to limit the damage. If you get out of this with just 1 run allowed, kind of a moral victory. This one lifted out toward left center field, hit well. Owens moving back. He's at the wall. That is gone into the backyard. A 3-run home run. 4-0 Oklahoma.
How about the tournament Taki's having? 8 for 18. Half of them have been home runs. He takes a fastball right down Broadway. Bagley goes back to a breaking ball, and Taki right on time. Bomb to left center.
Seventh of the year. A 3-run shot. Bagley delivers a strike on Kyle Branch, 390 feet off the bat for Taki. And the one thing and we were talking about this yesterday, a lot of the home runs last weekend here in Lawrence were the opposite way, or I should say to left field, even from left-handers.
Well, that's his 7th home run. He's got them scattered throughout the ballpark. When I took a look on our True Media site to see where his home runs are, he's got them to left field and right field as well. So not unusual to see him go oppo.
2 balls and a strike on Branch, who grounded out in the 3rd. Costly error by Tyson LeBlanc on what could have been an inning-ending double play. It kept the inning alive. Harris got a RBI fielder's choice. And with 2 strikes, Taki a 3-run jack. There's a strike, 2-2. Two on the way. Outside, a full count. Now the payoff. This is sharply hit towards short. LeBlanc has it. Over to first. There's the 3rd out, but not before Oklahoma strikes for 4-run with the capper coming off the bat of last week's hero, Dayton Taki.
Taki does it again. He picks up the Sooners. Back up breaking ball. Deep to left center. OU up 4.
Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. Oklahoma striking for 4 the top of the 4th inning. They lead it. KU coming to the plate. George Brett, Baseball Hall of Famer, longtime Kansas City Royal. Bill Self, Jayhawk basketball coach, future Hall of Famer. Coach Self was here last weekend as well.
Greatest third baseman ever.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Top 3. Brooks Robinson was pretty good.
Mike Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt.
George Brett.
Michael Jack Schmidt.
That dude could flat out rake.
Yeah. He was fun as all heck, too. Obviously, I grew up in a clubhouse when he came up.
Yeah.
And he was a ball of energy, that's for sure. At least that's one way to put it.
He's entertaining.
What's that?
He's entertaining.
He was very entertaining.
I just got to know him over the years of playing against him, and obviously with me playing with one of the greatest shortstops, so in Cal Ripken Jr.
George, of course, part of the 1985 World Series champion Kansas City Royals. On a great call by Don Deckinger at first base. 2-2. Mugarieta, Skies went out to center. Jason Walk calling everybody off. One down. Mugarieta now 1 for 2. That's out number 1 here in the 4th.
Now batting for the Jayhawks, first baseman Josh Dykoff.
That brings up Josh Dykoff, the first baseman.
Well, you were here last week, and so you've talked about yesterday and today about how this Kansas team just like doesn't blink. They're down 5-0, 4-0 in this case, and how they're just like, all right, let's go, another day.
Yeah, it's really what they are. They're pass the baton kind of group of guys, JUCO bandits. They know what the grind is. They don't stress. I'm not saying they're invincible. They can always come back, but especially with the way Cord Rager is pitching right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just kind of been their MO all season long. 2-0. Probably that was a 1-1, so that's a 1-2.
I mean, that's when it's really fun, when you just kind of look around and there's not a whole lot of like up and downs, and you're just walking in the dugout and giving guys little fist bumps going, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. I know you're going to take care of your business. I'm taking care of mine. Let's go get ourselves a W, and I'll see you inside after the game.
That's it. Dykoff struck out in the first inning. 1 of 4 strikeouts for Rager. No walks, 1 hit batter, 1 hit allowed. That was a single to Mugarieta in the first. This one fouled off on the third base side.
Well, he struck out on that high fastball to end the first. You can see Rager just going right back up there again. It's like, if you show me as a pitcher that you're going to chase up out of the zone, I am going to see how high that you're going to be willing to chase.
Two now. Cole strike 3. Rung him up. 2 down. 5th strikeout of the game.
And that's called changing the eye level. So you're working up, up, up. Here comes 95, painted down and away, and just locks Dykoff up. Pitching sequence 101.
The freshman looking like a seasoned veteran out there. Trying to finish off a shutdown inning. Osorio cuts through the fastball late on it. Duriel 0 for 1. He popped out in the second.
He's just rare and packed.
Yeah, here it is, big boy.
And I mean, he's picking up velo too. Right there was 97. He's been around 95. He's shown a 97.
They play Osorio to pull on the infield. 0-2 is downstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's what mystifies me. I get it. You know what? Here's your track record. You know, on the ground, you're tend to pull guy. I get it. But my dude's throwing 97, and that last fastball was flat by him.
Yeah.
Where's this ground ball going to go?
Right.
It's just kind of basic for me going, all right, he's not pulling this.
This one's skied on the first base side. Taki drifting into foul territory. He's got a play on it and makes the catch just to the side there.
Okay.
A 1-2-3 shutdown inning. 4 complete. Sooners on top, 4-0. Thanks a lot, guys.
Wow.
Yikes. Yikes.
Ole Miss coming into Auburn. Auburn went 2 and out last year against Coastal at home in the Super.
Wow. Sooners up 4-0 here at the top of the 5th inning. Will the rumbling start if Auburn gets bounced?
No.
No?
No.
Should we start some rumbling?
Butch has done a great job in Auburn. And
Coach Schnall to Auburn.
oh, man.
Top of the order for Oklahoma here in the 5th. Walk, Johnson, and LaChance. Sooners 1 for 10 through the first 3 innings. The 4th inning, all 4 unearned runs. The capper, Taki's jack. This one's hit pretty well out to center field. Owens going back at the wall, and that is off the batter's eye. Look at walk, run, and he slips between second and third, slams on the brakes, heads back to second base. That looked like an easy triple all the way until he fell down. 7th double of the season.
Fastball up. He's not really running hard right there. He's watching it, thinking this ball might be out. And then he is on his horse, goes down, gets up. Gutsy play by Tyson Owens to go up and try to get this, knowing this ball's going to carry him, and it's going to be off to the races.
I mean, Jason's got to understand you got hit over the batter's eye.
Well, maybe he didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought he got it.
Yeah, no, not so much. Showing bunted foul behind home plate. Camden Johnson 0 for 2, fly ball to center, and a ground ball to short.
So that wasn't just me that was looking at him coming out of the box going,
yeah,
I think he thinks he got it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he hit it well, but not that well to go over.
Not that well.
Showing bunt again. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just 15 sacrifices on the year for Oklahoma. Johnson's got 4 of them. There goes walk. The pitch outside to throw down to third. Not even close. Mugarieta had him, I thought.
Yeah. Almost like a pitch out. And the throw just way off. So far off that third baseman just had to come over and make sure that he got the catch. Wow. Don't see that very often.
No. 3 balls and a strike. Vaguely really struggling with the strike zone. The only thing I can imagine is that just didn't have the right grip, or the fact that he saw that he had that much time kind of yanked the throw to the glove side. But that was nowhere near the bag. There's a full count. Walk picks up his 15th stolen base of the season. Infield back for KU.
Well, I mean, that's chaos in a nutshell, because that is like a couple different no-nos. First of all, stealing third base with nobody out and you guys trying to bunt.
Drilled out to deep right field. Jordan Bach at the wall, gone. 2-run big fly by Camden Johnson. 6-0 Sooners.
Camden Johnson, 9th home run on the year. 3-2 hook, left elevated, and he spins it. And this thing has just fallen apart for Kansas since that error on LeBlanc at shortstop.
Well, as we mentioned in the open, the long ball has been playing a huge part in the Sooners season, especially of late. And 2 jacks for a total of 5 runs already in this game. Oklahoma now with 78 home runs on the season. For Johnson, that's his 9th of the year, giving him 46 runs batted in.
I mean, this team came in, they had 30 home runs in the last 15 games. They have really just been on an offensive tear. And Skip Johnson says, you know what, they're really being more decisive at the plate, separating balls and strikes and what they're swinging at.
Manning West getting ready for KU in their bullpen. Begley's allowed 15 home runs on the season. LaChance smokes one out toward right field. Jordan Bach is there. There's the first out of the inning. ESPN is the home of MLB.TV. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand using the ESPN app. Blackout and other restrictions apply. For more information, go to ESPN.com/MLBTV. 6-0 Oklahoma. Game 1 of the Lawrence Super Regional. This one lifted in the air. Shallow left field. Ballinger comes racing in and toward the line. 2 down.
You know, looking at Camden Johnson in the dugout, I'm reminded of something that Cal Ripken Sr. always said, because he was up there to bunt.
Right.
He was up there to bunt. And Cal Ripken Sr. was always like, they're trying to give you an out. Right. Throw a strike, take the out. Usually doesn't spin around with that same guy, turns it around and ends up going deep.
Yeah.
But
so what could have been, right? A man at third and 1 out.
Yeah.
Right.
And you take the bunt. and everybody's happy.
Trey Gamble, the DH, 1 for 2, singled and scored in the 4th. 6 hits for Oklahoma. And not only that, Mungarietta's throw to third.
Yeah.
You know, a clean throw to third base. I mean, you're talking about 1 out, nobody on.
Yeah.
And a 2-1 count on Johnson. I've seen a couple.
It's been so good at this year. Kind of go the other way. And Oklahoma has done a heck of a job of capitalizing. Credit them.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest piece of the whole pie is that Oklahoma has capitalized.
That's drilled out towards center field. Owens is looking up. That is gone. Big fly over the batter's eye for Trey Gamble. 9th of the year. It's 7-0 Sooners.
Trey Campbell gets a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, hits it 417 feet. Out over the batter's eye. And he got hot in Atlanta as well, hit 316 with 2 home runs. And then since that error by LeBlanc, it went straight downhill for Begley.
It really did. Not that he had his best stuff today either, from a command perspective. But you're right, it kind of opened things up. And Oklahoma has taken advantage of it wholeheartedly. Dan Fitzgerald goes to the bullpen. Manning West will be called upon.
Camden Johnson opens it up with a big 2-run bomb. 7-0 Sooners.
Rough outing for Dominic Begley. 7-0 Oklahoma. 3 home runs allowed. The most home runs he's allowed in a game since his last start his freshman year, May of 2024 against TCU. Departs after throwing 90 pitches. And it's a junior right-hander, Manning West, making his 26th appearance.
Manning West, fastball is going to be 90 to 93. Cutter, slider, curveball, changeup. One of their main dudes out of the bullpen. 4-0 on the year, 26th appearance, 3.86. 1 save, 32 innings.
Brendan Brock, the left fielder, walked into the second, reached on that error by LeBlanc, the 4th. Kind of turned things around for Oklahoma. In there for a strike, 1-2. West went 3 innings against Arkansas. Championship game last weekend. That pitch just missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's the guy that Fitzgerald went to when the Jayhawks fell behind 5-0 to kind of calm things down. This was slow little number towards short. LeBlanc's going to have to hurry, get rid of it, and that's an infield base hit. That's kind of what it's been like for Oklahoma. Everything has gone their way, and great hustle out of the box by Brendan Brock.
Yeah, once this ball got by Manning West, I was like, this is going to be a lot of trouble. Good breaking ball, not very well hit. LeBlanc really has no chance. Speedy Brendan Brock running down the line.
Team leader in stolen bases, off to a big lead at first.
Deshaun Harris at the plate, and they'll check in on Brock. 4 runs in the 4th, 3 in the 5th so far for Oklahoma. Opening game of this best of 3 series. Winner headed to Omaha, College World Series. That shot to left field. Ballinger is there. He'll make the catch, but Oklahoma extends their lead. Camden Johnson, a 2-run jack. Trey Gamble goes deep over the batter's eye in straightaway center field. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. The Sooners on top, 7-0.
The real fun just getting started.
Run straight for the breakaway.
The celebration is on.
Begins on Friday. We've just had another ticket punched. Ole Miss taken out. Auburn, West Virginia, Troy, and Ole Miss in the College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska, the Schwab. Yikes. Wow. That Ole Miss lineup is pretty legit. When they swing the bat, they can swing, and they got 3 dudes who can bring it on the mound. That's a pretty good team.
That's all you need, you know. But I mean, everybody was looking at Auburn thinking they had the exact same thing.
Yep.
They had 4 dudes on the mound and a pretty legit offense that opened it up in the regional, but not enough.
Auburn pushed to the limit by Milwaukee last weekend. But Ole Miss taking care of business. Didn't matter what hotel they were staying at. Ballinger takes a strike. Too soon? 2 balls and a strike.
No. I just think it's kind of comical.
Yeah. Ballinger, Schlotterback, and Bach for the Jayhawks. They're half of the fifth, down 7-0. Just one hit allowed by Rager. That was a single back in the first. 3-1. Ballinger struck out in the second inning, one of 5 punch-outs for the lefty. There's ball 4. Leadoff walk. First free pass issued by Rager. All right, folks, game 3 of the NBA Finals tips off Monday night. Spurs at Knicks, with NBA tip-off starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, followed by the game at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Watch it on ABC and stream it live on the ESPN app. Bill Self trying to draw something up for the Jayhawks baseball team. Down 7-0. The leadoff walk always helps. This one skied out toward left center field. Hit well. Walk spins around, comes back toward left center field. Makes the catch. That ball hung up there. Schlotterbeck giving it a ride, but it stays in the yard for out number 1.
That was a circuitous route. Went back, found the wall, and then ended up coming in about 20 paces. After that leadoff walk, man, first pitch swinging, getting that big first out.
Was that a sponsored route by Waze or Google Maps? Jordan Bach struck out at his first plate appearance. Fouls off the first pitch. It's 0-1. 8 hits for Oklahoma. 3 long balls. Oh, 1. Ball and a strike. These two teams used to meet on a yearly basis. Oklahoma and Kansas, former partners, and the Big 6, the Big 7, the Big 8, and the Big 12. 1-1. That is skied out toward right center field. It's playable. Deshaun Harris with the call on the catch. 2 outs. These two teams were common opponents from 1906 through 2024. Sooners went to the SEC. Sooners have the all-time record at 175-97 as far as head-to-head. They lead this one 7-0 here in the 5th with 2 outs and a man at first.
That was a nice pull with the Big 6, Big 7.
Yeah. Back in the day.
Back in the day, long back in the day.
Yeah. Max Leach Jr., the DH, struck out in his first plate appearance ahead of the count of 2 balls and no strikes. The old 2-out, 2-0.
Well, if you're KU, you got to find a way to get a little bit of traffic. Just get something started.
Yeah, zero stress whatsoever for Rager.
Yeah,
none.
And I mean, it's hard to describe that to people that don't really understand the difference between, 100 pitches here and 100 pitches here. This has been about as smooth and easy of 69 pitches with no traffic, no stress.
Yeah. Most batters he's faced in an inning, 4. Did that in the first and the second. This is the 4th batter here in the 5th. Very composed. And I like what Skip Johnson said yesterday. I mean, the only way you're going to figure out what you know or what you have is by experience.
Yeah.
Getting him on the mound.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the things that's gotten lost with the RPI and all the race for the postseason is you don't want to lose, so you continually use the same guys over and over and over again. And Skip Johnson's like, I used everybody in the regional.
Right.
They've all had big moments that they've been in. I know I can trust them. And there's a lot of programs that
when they get to an SEC weekend or their conference weekend, they become eight-man staffs.
So Lease hits this one out to center field. Walk comes in on it. And again, no stress. Leadoff walk, stranded at first. We're through 5 at Lords. And the Sooners are on top.
Dayton Taki comes up big again. Here he is against Georgia Tech, bottom of the 10th inning, and he said right away, I knew it, game over. Over the batter's eye. Bringing the Sooners here to the Supers. And here he is in the 4th inning. 3-run bomb, backdoor breaking ball. He goes oppo. Gets the Sooners up 4. They are now up 7-0.
Not a bad dude to have in the 8th spot in the order.
No kidding.
Yeah. Manning West delivers the first pitch fastball down and in. Taki, Branch, and Walk. There's Mom. Home run is 7th of the year, now with 21 runs batted in. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. The interesting thing about that last plate appearance for Taki against Vegley was Vegley's fastball was pretty good against him. And then went to the breaking ball with 2 strikes.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was weird. Okay, he swings through the first pitch fastball. And then he takes a fastball what looked like he was just outer part of the plate and nothing. And you're going, okay, what's he looking for?
All right.
And I guess there's just something where, okay, I can't throw him another fastball, but that fastball had beaten him in the 2nd inning on a fastball in. I'm going, okay, maybe waste something. I'm not throwing him a backdoor breaking ball.
3-1, skied down the right field line and into the corner. Bach moving over, and it's caught in foul territory for out number 1. There is not a lot of room between the foul line and the wall in both corners here. So great job by Jordan Bach to hang with that baseball. 1 down.
I'm going to take your word for it that he caught it.
I just saw the umpire's right arm go up.
Yeah, long run, ran out of room, but he was able to make the catch. And there's he showing. I had like a 1.5 feet.
Kyle Branch 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. That's off the end of the bat, shallow left field. LeBlanc going out. Ballinger coming in, and Ballinger makes the catch on the slide for out number 2.
Well, this is just a great job of communication between your shortstop and the left fielder. You can see LeBlanc gets way out there. Great coverage by him. And then he hears his left fielder screaming, I got it, I got it, I got it. And he just peels out of the way. Nice sliding catch.
It's a locomotive coming at you.
Yeah, I'm getting out of the way.
No doubt.
But how about my shortstop getting that much depth out in left field?
Yep. The ball's a strike on Jason Walk, the center fielder. Struck out in the first and third innings and then doubled and scored in the fifth. Also picked up a stolen base. No changeup that gets spiked. Ball and a strike. Sooners have been retired in order twice in the first and third innings. West trying to do it here in the sixth. 2-1. Good pitch underneath the hands. Two balls, two strikes, and two outs. Swing and a miss. Manning West has himself a 1-2-3 sixth inning. We head to the bottom of the sixth. KU's got the top of the order coming up. They're down 7-0. Well, there's been a lot of guys that have gone from Omaha to the big leagues. Like Garrett Cole, he's pretty good. UCLA, right? He's not too bad. Kyle Schwarber, Indiana. Yeah, Indiana. Pete Alonso, he's pretty good. Adley Rushman, not bad. He'll do. Paul Skeens, average at best. No, I'm kidding. We're talking some pretty talented dudes that have gone from Omaha to the big leagues. No doubt.
I was going to say.
It's Mariners and Orioles this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Catch it on ESPN. You can also stream the game on the ESPN app. George Brett in attendance. Jayhawks are down 7-0. As we start the bottom of the sixth inning, top of the order, Tyson LeBlanc can lead things off. Ruger misses outside. LeBlanc, Owens, and Mugarieta.
I'm thinking about pinch hitting George.
You think so?
Yeah.
Two balls and no strikes. Rager 5 strikeouts, a one-hit batter, one hit allowed, a single to Augie Mugarieta in the first inning. That's it. Worked around a leadoff walk in the fifth. 3-0.
I mean, you sit there, you're looking at Rager and you're going, so composed. His first college start against TCU on February 15th. 5 innings, 2 hits, 8 punch outs, 3 walks. This dude came into college composed.
Yeah. Two-way athlete coming out of Texas. He's a first baseman, 3-1. Jammed him. Lofted out to shallow right field. Desan Harris calling for it. There's out number 1.
That was just his second 3-ball count. I mean, talk about being in command, and your team gives you a 4 spot. You go out in the bottom half of the inning, you go 3 up, 3 down. They get you 2 more. And he walks the leadoff guy and then proceeds to get 3 fly balls.
Not too shabby. Rager, two-way player, number 1 first baseman in the state of Texas, coming out of high school, number 10 nationally. You're left-handed, you can throw like this. This is a ground ball to second. 2 down. You can forego first base, and you, sir, being left-handed, are going to be on the mound.
Well,
2 down.
You know what? You're going to look back and wish you hit.
Right. Right. Always works that way, right?
Yeah.
Man, I wish I
would have stuck
more.
with it.
Yeah.
I know I certainly did. I did the same thing. Came out of high school, could hit. Got there, and then after my freshman year, Frank Thomas came in, and that kind of filled the void at first base.
Augie Mugarieta, the catcher, chopping this one to third. Johnson's got it in foul territory. It's a foul ball. No balls and a strike. Mugarieta 1 for 2. Great crowd on hand. It's been all Sooners. Good off-speed pitch. No balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Down goes Mugarieta. And a 1-2-3 6th inning for the freshman left-hander.
Rager staying hot and getting these Jayhawks to sit down. Here's a backdoor breaking ball, perfectly located for the K.
Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. Top of the 7th here at Hoagland Ballpark in Lawrence, Kansas. Oklahoma with a 7-0 lead. forward to Rager. 6 innings, tying a career high. And he has looked really good. Dominic Vagley struggled. Let's see, 3 earned runs, 4 2/3, but 3 long balls given up. And it is really the unearned runs that came across, the 4 unearned runs in the 4th inning. But Oklahoma continued to add on via the long ball. Here in the 7th, they'll send up 2, 3, and 4. Johnson, LaChance, and Willits. 2 balls, no strikes. Camden Johnson, a 2-run home run in the 5th, 9th of the year, now with 46 runs batted in. (3-0). West has worked an inning and a 1/3. Gave up a single to Brendan Brock and then retired 4 straight. 3-1. Johnson was going to toss the bat.
How about the 3-0 cutter? And the 3-1 cutter.
Full count. And West starting his collegiate career at Oklahoma State in 2023. There's a called strike 3. Johnson doesn't like it. There's out number 1. Second strikeout for West.
Well, the thing on West, he throws that cutter 73% of the time for a strike, so something I can trust. So misses on that one, but he gets Johnson to chase. This one lands on the inside corner. How about coming back from 3-0 count with 3 straight cutters? That's different level, man.
Yeah. Sticking with it. Chance pulls one through the left side. It's a base hit. First hit of the game for LaChance. And a man on for Jackson Willits. The NCAA Super Regional coverage continues this weekend across ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, and ESPN+. For more information, visit ncaa.com, the home for all NCAA championships. Jackson Willits 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 4th inning. Almost to a man, pitch by pitch, that is taken by a Sooner hitter. You see the relay of information to the dugout of what the pitch type is.
Well, that was another thing we talked with Skip Johnson about. When at some point they had no track man up, and so these guys really weren't recognizing what pitches were coming. And so you're seeing a lot of this in college baseball now, where they're looking in the dugout and giving feedback on the new pitcher of, hey, you know what, that's what he's throwing right here, a little cutter, slider.
Willits 1 for 3, a single and a run scored in the 4th. They'll check in on LaChance. Not likely to run. He's got 1 stolen base on the year. Needless to say, he picks his moments. 2-1. Willits drives one out towards center field. Oh, he's got a good jump on it. 2 down. Well struck. But it's the second out here in the 7th.
I mean, just looking at LaChance's lead over at first base, he does not have 1 foot out of the dirt circle. So showing me either he's going to do an Albert Pujols where he just starts kind of walking and drifting and then goes, or else he is not a threat at all with that lead.
Yeah, Albert Pujols, the original vaulter, if you will, stolen base category. He would lull you to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like, I'm not even going to throw over. I know he's not going to run, and then next thing you know, he's just kind of walking, partial way to second base, and he's got a stolen bag, and the catcher doesn't even have a chance to make a throw.
1-0 to Gamble's down low. 2 balls and no strikes.
This is where OU has been lethal tonight. In the Atlanta Regional, they hit 250 with 2 outs. Right now, they are 4 for 10, hitting 400.
Gamble 2 for 3 with a single and a home run. The 2-0. Way inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Four runs in the 4th, 3 in the 5th for Oklahoma. 9 total hits. Kansas still with just 1 hit. A first inning single by Augie Mugarieta. 3-0. A 4-pitch walk. And traffic on the bases for the Sooners.
Now batting for Oklahoma, left fielder Brendan Brock.
33 pitches for Manning West. Brendan Brock walked, the error by LeBlanc, and then a single to the 5th. 1 for 2. And that's 4 out of the strike zone now for Manning West. Almost as if trying to be too fine with the command.
That's what it looks like. He's just kind of nibbling a little bit. Brendan Brock's been really good with runners in scoring position, hitting .315.
2-0.
And I love guys that are hit better with runners in scoring position than they do all season.
The ball 6 chance now by the Sooner faithful. 2-0. 3-0. Mugarieta out to pay a visit.
Yeah, this visit's going to come about 1 pitch or 2 pitches after I would have been out there already.
Yeah.
Front shoulders flying open on Manning West, which is leading everything to end up in the left-handed batter's box. So the front hip comes open, front shoulder goes with it, and I got to pull the pitch.
Is that a product of him trying to create more tilt on his pitches on the cutter? Or is it just he's out of sync right now?
I think you can just get out of sync. I don't think it necessarily comes with trying to do something. I think you just start leaking a little bit, and then it just becomes a habit. You can't break it unless you start focusing on keeping that hip going down towards home plate a little bit longer.
Line to center field. That's a base hit. LaChance is going to come around to score. It's 8-0 Sooners. Another 2-out knock by Oklahoma. Second hit of the game for Brendan Brock. He picks up his 51st run batted in.
It's just so hard to get behind in the count against these veteran hitters. And another cut fastball, a little bit elevated out over.
The Sooners love it. Dan Fitzgerald has seen enough. You're down by 7 runs in the 7th inning. You cannot have a 2-out 4-pitch walk to keep the inning alive.
No.
You just can't.
No, you can't, but I mean, it happens. You know, everybody gets a little bit loose mechanically. It happens, but, you know, you try to fix it quickly, and Manning West just could not get it fixed.
Oklahoma continues to swing the bat well, not only last week, but the beginning of the Super Regional. They're doing it with 2 outs. 5 for 11 with 5 runs batted in with 2 outs in this game. And they lead it 8-0 here in the 7th. And still batting with 2 men on and 2 outs as Carter Fink takes over on the bump. This will be his 17th appearance. 1-1 with a 5.40 ERA for the Georgia native.
Fastball's going to be 88 to 90. Slider, changeup. Mainly fastball, changeups to the lefties. And a pretty good mix of fastball, slider, changeups to the righties.
Deshaun Harris, 1 for 3. A double back in the 2nd inning. Gamble at second, Brock at first. Oh, 1. Chopper, foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Double for Harris back in the 2nd inning, his 8th of the year. The RBI picked up on the fielder's choice, his 20th. Ground ball, that's down the line. That is just foul.
Wow.
That was hugging the line. It just went wide of the bag.
No breaking ball down and in. Just got over that green bag. That'd have been a base hit. Scored a run at least.
Fouled off. Count remains at no balls, 2 strikes.
Harris hitting .426 on the year with 2 outs. Putting together a nice little at bat right here, spoiling some good pitches.
Another 0-2 from Fink. This popped up on the first base side, headed toward the seats and out of play. One run in, 8-0. Oklahoma leads it here in the 7th. And it's just low, 1-2. Trying to get him to chase. 10 hits now for the Sooners. Jayhawks in the bottom of the 7th have 4, 5, and 6 coming up. Trying to figure out Cord Rager. Swing and a miss. That'll do it as Fink comes in and gets that final out, but a run gets added on the board. 7th inning stretch time here in Lawrence. All Sooners so far. And let's take a look at tonight's Capital One rewarding performance. It is none other than the starter, the freshman Cord Rager, who was just electric.
He was very, very good. Fastball was dominant, got ahead, only one walk, and when his boys got him some runs, he went into shutdown mode. I mean, how about the longest inning he had was 4 hitters?
Yeah.
That's lighting it up.
Against a very good hitting team in the Kansas Jayhawks. 2 appearances now, 12 innings, 8 hits, 14 strikeouts, and 1 walk. It's 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Jayhawks, and Skip Johnson has gone to the bullpen. It's the junior right-hander, L.J. Mercurius, Las Vegas native, taking over on the bump. This will be his 18th appearance. Has 12 starts under his belt. 6-7 with a 5.05 ERA.
Four-seam fastball is going to be 90 to 92. Changeup, cutter, and a sweeper. And when we got a chance to talk to him yesterday, his brother says that he has to be mad at somebody all day to throw good. Usually it ends up being his brother Xander. If he doesn't have somebody to fill the role already.
Dykhoff, Osorio, and Ballinger. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 saves in the Atlanta Regional.
Man.
Oh, 2. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches. 1 out.
Just the perfect way to come into a game. Good fastball, outer part of the plate, and you just stay out there until they can figure out how to cover it.
Elder said he was in the bullpen at Georgia Tech. Getting ready to throw his warm-up pitch, start to get loose in that 10th inning. When he heard the bang off of Taki's bat, he said he was jumping over the wall before that pitch. His first pitch ever got to the catcher. He knew that ball was gone. 0-1 count on Osorio, the second baseman. Twice has popped out to Taki. That's on the corner. 0-2. That didn't miss by much. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's a guy who's feeling it right here. He just steps up with the fastball and is like, all right, you know what? Let's go man on man, best on best.
Went off speed there. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Osorio had a great season last year. Second team, all Big 12. A lot of expectations this year, never really materialized up until the last couple of weeks. Line to second, but right to Kyle Branch, who was positioned perfectly. 2 outs. The UFL playoffs are here. DC Defenders take on the Orlando Storm this Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Watch it on ABC and stream the game live on the ESPN app. So 2 outs, nobody on for Brady Ballinger, the left fielder. Struck out on the second, walked in the 5th. One. Another record-setting crowd tonight here. 4,415 in attendance at Hoagland Ballpark. Game 1 of this best-of-3 series. Two and one. It's been all Oklahoma. 4 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th. There's the new record set. 2-2. Firm fastball at 96. Ballinger hits this one to second. Branch has got it. Mercurius with a 1-2-3 7th. We'll head to the 8th. Oklahoma leading at 8-0. The NCAA Baseball Super Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? All Sooners. They've been booming it. Long ball and everything. 3 jacks in this one. Leading at 8-0 as we start the 8th. Here's our side of the bracket. Alabama and St. John's will get underway after our game. Texas and Oregon just underway. Georgia took game 1 against Mississippi State 13-12. 10 home runs hit at UGA today.
The trees have been properly fed.
They have been fed. 8-9-1, Taki, Branch, and Walk. There was a meme going around. I showed it to you where somebody got hit on the elbow with the elbow guard. The ball went out over the scoreboard. 1-0. Launching pad, would that be fair to say?
That would be fair to say. Yeah.
Taki, a 3-run home run in the 4th.
But you're feeling pretty good about yourself, though, if you go out there and you get people out.
Yeah. Heck yeah. That was a game in which Mississippi State jumped ahead 6-0 in the 2nd inning. But no lead is safe there. A little tapper foul. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Hit sharply to LeBlanc. Playing in the shift. 1 down. I'm going to give you 2 guys, 2 names that come to mind when I see Taki swinging the bat.
All right.
First of all, physically and even facially reminds me of Sean Casey.
Yeah.
And then when he swings the bat, for some reason, I see Adam Dunn for whatever reason.
I could see that.
The big donkey himself. But doesn't he look like Sean Casey? Kind of the way he walks, too.
Yeah, I got somebody else in mind, and I cannot come up with it.
Kyle Branch takes a strike.
It's Nick Swisher.
Yeah?
Face-wise, looks just like Nick Swisher.
Okay. I think I like my suggestion a little bit better. But
okay.
I'm appreciative of you chiming in.
Well, I figure I could participate a little bit, you know.
100%. It's your show, man. It's your show. I'm Maryland driving the bus. That's it. 2 balls and a strike on Branch. Kyle's brother, Colby, by the way, 1 for 4 in that UGA win today. Kyle 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs and a fly ball to left. 3-1. Top of the order, Jason Walk on deck. Ground ball right back. Fink. 2 down. Field your position, right? PFPs.
Or just stay in your position is basically what that one was.
Yeah. Absorb it. Wear it. Don't rub it.
Don't rub it. No, I mean, that was perfect. Hard ground ball right back at you. He is in a fielding position. He's not able to get a glove on it, but able to kind of keep it contained up against his body. Had to show the hitter that, hey, I got the ball.
Walk 1 for 4, doubled and scored in the 5th. The other 3 plate appearances have resulted in a strikeout. Chopper back toward the middle. Going to be a tough play for Osorio. Gets rid of it quickly, and it pulls Dykoff off the base. That'll go as an infield base hit. That would have been interesting if Dariel's throw would have been on the bag.
That would have been impressive.
He got rid of it pretty quickly.
I mean, yeah. Right off the bat, and the way he was taking an angle to it, I was like, there's no shot at getting Jason Walk. And he got it off quickly, did everything he could. That'll be an infield single.
Keeps the inning alive for Camden Johnson. That infield knock for Jason, not his, but the Sooners' 11th hit of this game.
6 of them with 2 outs.
Sooners have stranded 5 base runners. KU have left 3 on base. One ball, no strikes. Kansas has not had a man get to second base. And actually occupy a second base or a third base. Because they did have a guy get to second, but got thrown out at third on the single. But
yeah, somebody actually touched second base. Yeah,
he physically touched second base. Visit to the mound here. 1-0 count. And what could have been, just going back and replaying now for Kansas, and you know, you got to have a short memory in a short series. You just got to put it past you. But that ground ball to Tyson LeBlanc, usually fairly sure-handed, with runners at first and second. The ball that Brendan Brock hit, the 4th, that at the very least would have had the lead runner at second base, even if you don't turn a double play. But now you got 2 outs, changes the dynamic of the perhaps of the inning.
Well, now you got first and third, 2 outs, and the next guy ground ball to second base, inning's over.
Yep.
Instead, ground ball to second base, scores a run, not able to get the double play, and then Taki comes up after that. And this is exactly what we're talking about right there. Now the bases are loaded. And that is about as routine a ground ball to shortstop as you're going to get.
I know infielders in today's game are taught to play the one hand and go get it. But I thought that ball was hit hard enough where you didn't have to go get it.
No. I don't think that he needed to attack it, no. And he was trying to round it, and
Soria has trouble getting out of the glove, and that will go as an error. And here come the Sooners again. 2 on, 2 outs.
I mean, he just can't get the ball out of his glove. He knows he's got to be quick with it. Great job by Jason Walk to get to second base in front of him in a hurry and take away that quick, easy force out at second base. Camden Johnson flying down the line.
Second error of the game for Kansas. So Soria's 6th of the year. And here's LaChance. Lays off the slider. And the home plate umpire, Javero January, says he went around. It's 0-1. Good speed on the bases for the Sooners. Fell back. No balls, 2 strikes. Walk at second and Johnson at first.
That's a pretty tough error, don't you think?
No. I think that's a well-deserved error.
All right.
That's a routine. It had some spin on it, but I mean, you get out of the glove, it's an out.
Yeah.
0-2 now. Breaking ball, chopped foul. We'll say this about both teams coming into this series, both very loose, kind of just matter of fact. There's nobody was too high, too low yesterday on either side. If this score holds, you know that Oklahoma won't get too high because of the victory, because of what happened last week, and Kansas knows that, well, we can come back. They have before. 0-2. And that gets by Mugarieta. Runners will advance 90 feet. So Walk to third, Johnson to second. Wild pitch. The Jayhawk faithful just have not had a whole lot to cheer about tonight.
Looks like he spikes a changeup, and Mugarieta could not get out there and get it. Just feeling like, man, you know what? If you got any chance whatsoever, you got to get this guy out.
Here's the 1-2. Lays off the breaking ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he has seen a heavy dose of off speed all night. Picked up a single with a run scored in the 7th, so he's 1 for 4. Two. Tap a foul.
Yeah, there you go, another changeup. So it's been slider, changeup this whole at bat. See if Carter Fink can find a way to come up with a fastball. He throws a sinker, so it's going to have to be bottom of the zone.
Be the 28th pitch for Fink. A little chopper towards short. LeBlanc's got a charge on it. A little bit of high throw. The tag is applied, and a third out is recorded. No runs come across for the Sooners. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Jayhawks down to the last 6 out, trailing at 8-0. Thanks, guys. Here it has been all Oklahoma. They're trying to go tarps off, trying to get something going, with Kansas having managed just one hit so far. As we start here at the bottom of the 8th inning, Oklahoma up 8-0. US sits in a super regional game. Well, there you have it. Kuma Rockers no against Duke in 2019. KU just one hit. That was a first inning single. That is out toward left field. Not very deep as he got jammed on it. Brock puts it away. And Schlotterbeck is retired for out number 1. That's 9. Check that. 10 straight batters retired since the leadoff walk to Ballinger in the 5th.
Well, I mean, Schlotterbeck has seen 3 pitches. He is 0 for 3 on 3 pitches.
The game's changed in that regard. The score, dare I say, be damned. Guys are coming out. If they're going to swing. That's just kind of how the game is played nowadays.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, Schlotterbeck, that's his game. Tyson Owens, he's going to come out and hack early on in the count.
Well, I mean, Schlotterbeck's usually really good in first pitch. You know, but he does swing a lot. But yeah, I mean, I'm going, my team's down 8-0. I need walks. I need errors.
Right.
I need hits. I need to string something together, and first pitch outs, all it does is my pitcher's just going, thank you.
Yep. Jordan Bach 0 for 2, a strikeout and a fly ball to right. Spiked that one. It's 1-2.
I hope that wasn't that changeup that we talked about yesterday.
No, that's his brother's tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. We'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out exactly. You giving him some tips for tomorrow for the changeup? Missed it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mentioned Kansas with the 1 hit. Meanwhile, Oklahoma with 11. 3 have left the building. Full count. Solis on deck, then back to the top of the order.
Well, if you're Oklahoma, man, you do not want to get Kansas any momentum going on, even if it's 8-2 or 8-3 at the end of the game. You want this offense to stay stagnant and dead. And then on the opposite side, if you're Kansas, you try to string something together, try to get something that you can build on for tomorrow. And I'm not saying they can't overcome an 8-run deficit. It's just unlikely with 1 hit.
That is driven out to deep right field, a no-doubter. Kansas is on the board. Jordan Bach with his 8th big fly of the season. It's 8-1 Oklahoma.
.103 off the bat, distance of 410. 3-2. Curious is very predictable in these counts. He's pounding fastballs, and that's all he's done since he came in. Jordan Bach just hammers it.
Well, gave the Jayhawk faithful something to cheer about. Solis 0 for 2. A strikeout and a fly ball to center. One. A little bit high. 2 balls and a strike. Cord Rager, the starter. Stellar for 6 innings. 6 strikeouts and a walk. 1 hit allowed. This is a little check swing foul. 2-2. Curious had a 1-2-3 seventh. Has given up the 1-out home run. There's Rager. Oklahoma will go back to the freshman, another freshman, tomorrow night. 2-2. Solis takes a called strike 3. And the Jayhawk fans are not happy about it. They thought that pitch was down, 2 outs.
Well, pretty good location from here. Looks like a little cut fastball catches the outside part of the plate. The chance frames it up. Home plate umpire January rings it up.
Tyson LeBlanc, the shortstop. Quiet night so far, 0 for 3. Takes a fastball for a strike. Oh, 2. A little bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Wow, just went right at him.
And on the hands, lofted out toward right center field. Walk, the center fielder calling everybody off, makes the catch out in shallow right. Kansas gets on the board courtesy of the Jordan Bach home run, his 8th of the year. We'll head to the 9th inning. Oklahoma leading at 8-1. Omaha, Nebraska, side of the College World Series is the Bob Carey pedestrian bridge. It starts on Friday. Looking forward to it at the Schwab in Omaha. Headlines today: Georgia winning game 1 against Mississippi State, a slugfest. That was a heavyweight battle. UNC ties the series. Shutout victory over the Trojans. West Virginia, Troy, and Ole Miss punching tickets to the Men's College World Series. Ole Miss knocking out Auburn at Auburn earlier tonight. Here it is 8-1. Top of the 9th inning. Cannon Carr, the senior right-hander from Poplar Bluff, Missouri, on in relief.
23rd appearance, 3-2 on the year, the 4.7 ERA, 44 innings. Fastball 92-95, slider, curveball, changeup, just about a 60% strike rate.
Carr takes over for Carter Fink, who went an inning and a third. 1 strikeout. Here it's Willits, Gamble, Brock for Oklahoma. looking to add insurance here in the 9th. Jackson Willits, a shortstop, 1 for 4, singled and scored in the 4-run 4th inning. One or two. Two balls, 2 strikes. Didn't miss by much. Think that miss up or away?
I'm going to say away.
Away.
I'm throwing that big, nice 12-6 hook that he just showed.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yours wasn't too bad.
Thank you.
Yeah. That was pretty filthy. I like listening to you and Skip Johnson talking about teaching the breaking ball and how he was using for a long time, something that you talked about.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
awesome.
Using a tennis can or a Coke can or something just to learn how to see the spin coming out of the hand. Actually, I like the 2 baseballs taped together. Is a good drill.
Skip, one of the best pitching coaches in college baseball. That's a walk to start the 9th.
A bunch of pretty close. But the zone has been pretty solid. I don't think I have any complaints with it. You?
No. He's been consistent on both sides. There's Skip Johnson in his 9th season. As I mentioned, a long-time coach under Augie Garrido, Texas. Breaking ball in the dirt. Boy, the last thing Carr wants to do is start flirting with base runners and traffic. Here in the 9th inning, down by 7.
Now your offense finally just got on the board. You want to get back up there, get your guys back in the dugout and give them another shot.
(1-0). Decent little fastball. 94 in on the hands. Probably seems like it's a little bit more giddy up on it after throwing, breaking balls off speed stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's just changing speeds, changing eye levels. A little backup changeup. I mean, Kansas throws the fewest fastballs of anybody left in the tournament at 33%.
Yeah, they are by definition a team that pitches or likes to pitch backwards.
Yeah.
Another 3-ball count. This one 3-1. That is pulled down the line, but Hook's foul. Gamble a 2-hit game, on board 3 times, single, home run, and a walk. 2 for 3 overall.
Yeah, they've really stretched it out throughout this whole lineup,
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't been just one guy. I mean, we've talked about Taki, but
there goes Willits to throw down to second base after the strikeout. He's not in time. Kind of a slow developing tag by Schlotterbeck at second base. Now with the shift on, remember the third baseman was playing up the middle, so he took the throw at second.
take another look at it. Yeah, he catches it way out front. Yeah, I mean,
like he's feeling the ball or something, you know?
Usually they teach you to let the ball get deep and not go up there and catch it in front, and then you got to drag it back when the ball's already moving that direction and moving a lot faster than your hands are going to be able to move.
Yeah, almost as if he had given up. Like he saw the jump that Willits had, didn't have a play, so he just figured he would catch the ball. Willits picks up his 6th stolen base of the year. 2 balls, no strikes.
All right, you know what I mean? Kenyon Carr, you got to find your breaking ball, and what ends up happening, it ends up going ball 1, ball 2, because you're just searching for the feel of just landing that big overhand curveball. And then you end up digging yourself a hole, and you got to find your way to get back out of it, and there he does with a nice changeup. And so that's what we're kind of looking at right now is like he's scuffling to find the feel for the curveball, but you got to keep throwing it. You can't just throw 1 or 2 and go, I don't have it today.
Gets back into the count, 2-2.
And there it was right there.
Brendan Brock is 2 for 3, a couple of singles and a walk. 2-2. Chopper toward short, toward the hole. Backhand, no, off the glove of LeBlanc. It was going to be a tough play anyway. So 2 on with 1 out here in the 9th for Oklahoma.
I'm just wondering if he's thinking he's got a shot to go to third base and he's getting ready to make that move, but he just doesn't pick up the ball. It just, you know, it's just been a rough day. 2nd error on the day for him. And we've already talked about the 4 unearned runs that came about just because of him unable to get what would have been a fairly hard double play, but he didn't even get 1 out.
Here's Deshaun Harris, 1 for 4, doubled back in the 2nd inning. 3 errors in this game for Kansas. Two balls, no strikes. I feel like I've said that quite a bit this inning.
2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, to your point on the LeBlanc and bobbling that baseball, I wonder how much that, because Willits started to go then stopped. Wonder if that impacts it, you know, peripherally seeing that happening out of his left eye.
Like that, you know, okay, if he's going to give me the easy out, I got that, and then all of a sudden he stops, and he probably, I don't know. I can't say that affected him or not. But I feel like that was going to be his only play, was going to be get the lead runner.
Oh, they got Willits picked off, out at second base. The inside move. 2 down. And sold very well by Carr, by the way.
Yeah, that's just a classic inside move.
They're going to challenge this. Yeah, they are going to challenge it. Call on the field is out. And Willits, I mean, he just jogged off.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as if he was asking for them to challenge it.
Clint Fagan, the second place umpire, was right there. Sure does look like that oven mitt gets on top of the bag before the tag, though.
Yeah, that's one of those, to me, if they talk about the definitive shot to overturn it, you could assume that the oven mitt got there ahead of the tag, right? But did it? Is the glove on the body? Is the mitt on the bag?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
like, we're kind of like piecing it together. probably your best angle. But again, here you lose the glove. Is it touching the body there? You don't know.
Well, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be conclusive.
Right.
To overturn and call on the field is out.
Now I'm looking at it logically, and I know in today's world that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But
No,
that's
being
how
logical?
Yeah, that I know. My bad. But that's how I'm approaching this. But they're looking back at it in Pittsburgh at the replay center, the NCAA replay center.
I don't know. I mean, he looks safe.
I don't disagree with you that he looks safe, but again,
is there something conclusive
Right.
that you see that says that glove is on the body before that hand is?
Multiple angles. And I think it's not conclusive. My opinion, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. Long look at it. Still waiting to get a decision. The call on the field is out. And Jackson Willits, the base runner, just jogged off the base, headed to the dugout, and then they decided to challenge it.
Well, I'm sure he'd rather not be picked off second base in the 9th inning. Sure.
Looks like the headsets are coming off, and we have ourselves a decision. Call stands. Now, as I understand it, call stands is just basically saying there was not enough evidence to overturn it, right?
Nothing
Otherwise, it would have been
definitive.
confirmed. So 2 outs and a man at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deshaun Harris. Brock over at first. Ground ball. Dykhoff knocks it down. Will take it himself. We head to the bottom of the 9th, and Lawrence. The Jayhawks down to the last 3 outs. They trail it 8-1. Super Regional, 79% of Game 1 winners advancing to the College World Series. Last season, 6-8. And Oklahoma trying to take Game 1 as they lead it 8-1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Jayhawks have 2, 3, and 4 due up. Owens, Mugarieta, and Dykhoff. Tyson Owens, the center fielder, 0 for 2, hit by a pitch. L.J. Mercurius trying to close it out for the Sooners. He gave up the 1-out home run to Jordan Bach. As Kansas has had just 2 hits in this game. Owens takes a strike on the inside part of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes.
And Owens is sitting on the bench watching Mercurius come in, and it's been all fastballs, and he comes up and change up.
It's not fair.
It's like, that ain't right.
What are we doing?
The first pitch was a front door changeup, started at his hip, came back and caught the front inside corner.
1-2. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Man, there hasn't been a glimmer of hope for Kansas at all today. Like, there hasn't been an opening, or they haven't been able to thread the needle. Credit to Oklahoma. 2-2, missed inside, so we've gone from 0-2 to 3-2. The 2 hits for the Jayhawks, a single in the first, the home run in the 8th. Four total base runners. Here's the payoff. Fell back. Got the fastball. 93 miles per hour. Try it again, another payoff. And that is lined out to center field. That'll get down for a base hit. A leadoff single to start the bottom of the 9th. Just the second time in this game that Kansas has had their leadoff man reach. The other was Ballinger with a walk in the 5th and ultimately stranded at first base.
I mean, that's how dominant Oklahoma's pitching has been. That one, I just feel like Mercurius came back to that changeup too often. You're throwing 93, 94, 95 in the first 2 pitches of the at-bat. You're showing the hitter exactly how you want to get him out.
Mugarieta looks at a strike at the knees. Jayhawk catcher 1 for 3. Ground ball toward short. That is through for a base hit. So the first 2 have reached for Kansas here in the 9th inning. And it is the first time tonight that the Jayhawks have had a man get to second base.
Just a little spark, a little something to get this crowd into it, to get this offense involved. I mean, it's going to be tough sledding to come back from an 8-1 deficit, but perfect start right here. You're just trying to build something positive moving into tomorrow. Like, hey, all right, we got the bats rolling.
It's a cleanout man. Josh Dykoff at the plate. 2 on, nobody out. Jayhawks down by 7. First one. Hitting their first strike. 93 mile per hour fastball. Oh, 1. Good hack. No balls, 2 strikes, double barrel action. Bixby, Collier. Collier's just kind of moving the body around. Bixby playing catch now. Oh, 2. Spoiled up. Pretty good pitch. .16 home runs on the season for Dykoff. Osorio on deck. Back-to-back singles to start the 9th. The swing and a miss. Got him on the off-speed pitch. 1 down. A tough night for Josh Dykoff. 4 strikeouts.
Nasty changeup, bottom of the zone. Fouled that fastball straight back. Come back with a nasty changeup. And that has been a rough night.
Diriel Osorio. Ground ball toward third. Johnson to the backhand, goes to second base. One hop throw, they got the lead runner. 2 down. So the Jayhawks down to the last out.
How about that play at third base? Camden Johnson plays the ball back a little bit, spikes the throw on purpose to get there a little bit quicker, knowing that he can control that ball. Well, that was a heck of a play.
No doubt. Osorio went to second base on indifference. So runners at second and third. Curious steps off, so 1 disengagement. Ballinger the batter. 0 for 2 with a walk.
I mean, did you have to get a disengagement for stepping off after somebody just stole a base?
Yeah.
That ain't right.
No balls and a strike. I don't make the rules.
I'm just telling you.
I just recite them.
I mean, a play happened.
Yeah. But he never disengaged off the rubber. That's a ground ball to second base, should do it. On to first, Oklahoma takes game 1 here in Lawrence by the final of 8-1.
And Oklahoma was really good, and that man right there, Rager, was special today. Had an unbelievable outing, and the offense taking advantage of the errors from Kansas.
Oklahoma, a big win, 8-1, using the long ball in this one. 3 home runs as they take the opener of this 3-game set. For Greg Olson and our entire crew, I'm Victor Rojas saying good night from Lawrence. Let's go down to Tuscaloosa. My man, Dave Neal and Devin Travis.
Process and how well I could execute the process today, and that was all that was on my mind this week. And